proudly serving the Cedar Valley for 3 generations.
We're talking to UNI Panther 17-14 victory over Eastern Washington on family weekend with head coach Todd Stepsis. Coach, man, the start of that football game was fantastic. Defense gets the ball back and then a big play. First game, 70-plus yards as Tyson Kershaw gets the touchdown reception. A couple big plays in that one, but that first one, man, that was lit the crowd up.
Yeah, it's you love it when a plan comes together, right? So you have the great crowd that we had, the awesome energy that the Dome always seems to bring. I've only been here twice now. It's only my second game, but again, just so electric. And then to be able to not only start off, they took the ball. So they won the toss and they took the ball. And whether this is a right mentality or a wrong mentality, the team that all of a sudden you feel like you're being disrespected, and then so for the defense to take that emotion, put it to action, 3 and out, punt, and then we wanted to take a shot right from the jump, and we saw some things in their coverage that we thought, like, gosh, they're really aggressive to the run. Sometimes their eyes get bad, and then just well-designed play, by the offensive coaching staff. And again, you got to be able to still put it there. And he was wide open, but it was a great throw, great catch, great way to start.
Well, they were aggressive on the run as well, and you worked in a flea flicker as well. Not only that 79-yard touchdown strike to TK, 63 yards, Aiden Price on the receiving end of that one from Matthew Scheckelman.
Yeah, just again, like if you're going to play a quarters-based team, those safeties are in the run fit. Like, that's just kind of how it goes. And so, seeing those guys dive in and again, all the great trick plays that you have look like one of your favorite runs that you have in that game plan. And so that flea flicker, we run that personnel group, that same play, that same action, probably 3 or 4 times before we called that flea flicker. And then, we wanted to make sure, okay, how are they lining up to it? What kind of reaction the safety's getting? And then, where are those corners looking once our receiver dives in there to block the safety? And yeah, it looked like it was going to be there. The funny thing is, in practice, we ran that against our defense because we always like to go good against good. And if we have anything tricky, we want to see what a real reaction is going to look like. And then against our scout team, where the route that we hit to Aiden was defended really well in practice, but then the secondary route was Derek Anderson down the sideline. They had that locked down in the game, but they lost Aiden, and that was fun to be a part of too.
The Panthers had 2 100-yard receivers for the first time since 2019. Goes back to Deion McShane and Isaiah Weston, as Tyson Kershaw, Aiden Price, 200 yards. Matthew Scheckelman, 350-plus passing yards, a career high for him. He missed a couple big plays. I know you said he felt hard on himself at the end of the game. How did he grade out?
He graded out great. It's hilarious. He and I talked on Sunday, and I could tell that he was disappointed in his performance. And then I even talked to my family. I'm like, so if a guy had completed close to 70% of his passes and threw for 350 yards, would you think that'd be a good day? And my family's like, yeah, who was that? And just the way that game went, the mistakes were glaring. When you think about the final outcome there, the game was close because of some of those issues that we're going to correct this week. And so, he graded out great. He's hard on himself. He's really a perfectionist. So, he's going to be awesome.
Coach, 10 penalties in the football game. I know you want to continue to reduce the amount of penalties. One of them even came on a critical drive. You still got points right before halftime, though. You got the ball at the 1-yard line, put together a really impressive drive that ended up with a touchdown that got called back, but you ended up getting points and ended up being the difference.
Yeah, that's, we played a clean game for about 90% of it. And then the issue with those penalties, they all happen at the worst times. And so, we had a false start where we're on the 1. We are going to hand it off to Babu, and he's going to go in. And we false start, now we're back, and we throw the interception. And the one you just mentioned, illegal formation. Again, we could have been out there on air, and it doesn't matter. And so those penalties, and then really defensively, we had 3 penalties on 3rd downs that extended the drive, and special teams too. We gifted them really one possession, with us roughing the punter, and then getting a punt blocked. That's like about 4 or 5 first downs to just give them. So got to clean that up.
And Coach, real quickly too, at the end of the game, 4th and 3, up 3 points, you go for it. Talk about the mentality of wanting the offense to be in a position to put a game away.
You know, I talk to our team all the time about belief. You know, like, hey, this isn't going to go anywhere unless you have belief in yourself and then you have belief in your teammates. And so to me, like, that was a opportunity and a moment in time for me to prove to our team that I have 100% confidence in the guys that we have out there. So I have 100% confidence in our offense that we're going to get that 4th and 3, and we didn't. Well, all that means is I had 100% confidence that our defense is going to show up and make a play, and then they get all the way down there in field goal range. I've got confidence and belief in our field goal block unit that, you know, we're going to rattle them and we're going to rush hard all game, which I think is what affected that kick at the end.
We'll talk about that final stop by the UNI Panther defense, that and more, all coming up here on Panther Sports Talk, including a story up next on a Panther Football Hall of Famer.